Question 398. If you could control how famous you are, how famous would you be?
Oh.
Not at all. No.
No.
Amanda just wants everybody to leave her alone. She's like, no.
Don't look at me. None of it.
And yet you're on YouTube, man.
Because you assholes convinced me to be.
Do you regret it?
Did, so.
Do you regret it?
No, I don't regret it. I just no. I mean, I have everybody. You guys are my family, and I love you all very much. But I just don't want people to look at me. That's all.
You can go away now. Yes, that's okay.
See, you should have started out going on lives with like a Darth Vader mask or something, and nobody would know what you look like. That's what you should have done. You could have hid behind it the entire
Come
time.
up with an original idea. Come on as a badger.
And I'd be a pig actually at the
If you can come up with a good 3D pig model that face tracks in the next few weeks, you could probably be the first one to do it and be unique for a long time.
Oh yeah, well, you could be physics pig.
It could be.
Yeah.
See, what really gets me about this is waiting the 15 to 20 seconds to see him react. Mel.
Oh gosh. Well, that depends. Number one, what am I being famous for?
Well, you would get a choice in this. This is the point of the question. You would get to decide that.
I would get to decide that. Okay. And also, is there a lot of money associated with all of the problems that come with being really famous?
No.
There's not a lot of money associated.
Well, if you decide to be famous for being a pop star, there can be.
Okay.
Or a criminal of some sort.
I don't want to be David Koresh famous, I don't want to be known for that, or
Who? No, I'm kidding.
I don't want to do that. I guess, I think it'd be okay to be like super famous, but I understand that there's a lot of issues associated with that. I'm not even super famous and I have stalkers. So it's like, if I had the resources to be able to manage that, then yeah, it'd be cool being super famous for doing science stuff. I think that'd be awesome, like science, edutainment, or whatever. That would be cool, because then at least people be watching it, they'd be learning stuff, and if I had a good paycheck to go with that.
Would you want to go? Would you want to go a Veritasium or a Cox?
Oh, I love Brian Cox. I love him. See, I crush on him. Big time. Like
he's hot, isn't he?
Jesus. I used to show his videos in like my classroom when I was teaching biology, and I would let them vote. Do you want to watch this Cosmos episode with Neil deGrasse Tyson, which has all the bells and whistles, or do you want to watch this Brian Cox video? And the girl's like, I kind of like the way Brian Cox explains things. It's really nice. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm watching you and me on the same wavelength.
We are now friends. Yeah.
But it's literally the same content presented in two completely different formats. All the guys are like, oh, there's special effects in Cosmos, and then you got this, all the bells and whistles, which is a lot of what Americans are used to, is like this huge thing. But then you get Brian Cox, who's sitting outside of a waterfall talking about kinetic energy, and I'm like, tell me all about it, Brian. What about this?
But how much of it do you remember?
I honestly understand concepts better because I've watched Brian. I struggled in physics, but when I started watching like stuff on his acid-base chemistry, and then he was talking about kinetic movement and how all of these equations apply, it was like 3 minutes. I'm like, I understand it so much better than a year of sitting in physics. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. He's a really good educator. And not just because he's pretty and has a nice voice, and he's like I could
And
just,
he's musically talented.
he is. He's very talented. I
Yeah.
loved his Human Universe series. I was just sitting there in awe the entire time. And I was
Have
like, oh
you
my
seen
God.
him? He sung Monty Python's Universe song with Tim Minchin.
Ah, yes,
that was amazing.
Oh
That
my
is
gosh.
brilliant. That was
I love
absolutely
Brian
gorgeous.
Cox. I have-
He is the aim. I mean, I'm getting to interview my hero with Dr. Carl Krusniski, but I think it'd be the icing on the cake if I ever got to interview Brian Cox. And yes, Mel, you'll be invited.
Thank you. It's funny. It's funny because I've met Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I don't know if y'all know Doc
I
Savage.
didn't say you wouldn't be invited, Amanda. It was just I was talking to Mel at the moment.
Oh gosh. So it's like Doc Savage, who co-hosted my show Oral Audacity for a while. He actually met Brian Cox, and I've met Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he was more jealous of the fact that I'd met Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm like, but you met Brian Cox, and he's like, yeah, he's a nice guy. We had a beer, and I'm like, ah!
I believe
that's
that
what I want to meet.
I believe that oh God, nice. Well, never mind. I'm not going to continue because I'm not going to be embarrassed about the person's name that I've just forgotten.
Hey, Dave.
And now I will never be able to finish that thought because I am never letting anybody know whose name I just forgot.
I think Dave knows.
that-
Waiting on us.
What?
Yeah.
No.
We're
B.
fangirling so much, and Dave's like,
Ooh.
man, it's fine.
I am really embarrassed. And I haven't even said who it was.
And stop talking, Jen.
B.
Dave, can you answer?
I haven't got everyone else's answer yet. B. How famous would you be?
Famous enough that people wouldn't really know who I am for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, not famous enough so they really wouldn't have, but famous enough that I can have enough money to help people. If I was rich, I would have no money. I know I would just give it all away. I know I would. I'm a sucker, but yeah. So famous enough so nobody. It's kind of like those rich guys in the background that nobody knows their names, but there's just money out there somewhere. Yeah,
Fair enough. Julie?
but a crazy giving version.
Yeah, I again missed the question because apparently my internet connection is crap today. So it has to do with being famous or what?
Now, if you could control how famous you are, how famous would you be?
Moderately, so that I could monetize my YouTube channel in case my job goes away during the pandemic, because I'm already furloughed, and if they don't have me back later, it's scary.
Yes.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind being moderately internet famous. That'd be great.
But moderately internet famous.
Yeah.
Enough that people that are within your circle know you well, but
Yeah,
the general
enough
public don't have a clue.
Yeah, enough that I could, feel like I had a right to put a Patreon to do that. That would be great. As of
Everyone
yet,
has a
not
right.
I just feel I've got like 7 videos. I feel weird doing it right now. I'm like, hey,
I thought you had more than 7.
I might at this point. I need to go back and count them. Matt, they're also all
I think that's
misnumbered
exactly
because
how many I have.
yeah, there were videos that I shot completely and tried to upload, and because I shot them on my phone, which has super high def, nice smartphone thing, it just I couldn't get them to upload. It took like 2 days and I still hadn't uploaded. So yeah, the numbers are all out of order, unfortunately. It's gonna drive some people nuts.
Very good. Right, Linda says not famous. Alias says MathPig famous. MathPig says local famous for good reasons, as opposed to the local famous for bad reasons he is now.
Right.
Jeff says the irony of so many social introverts being on YouTube.
That's so true.
It's the best place for us. We don't have to be around each other, but we can talk.
Yes.
Right? Exactly. This is our time.
We're the only ones that are still sane. Doc
That's
says,
so
I would
excited.
choose 0 famous, like completely unknown. I'd be so not famous, I'd be invisible. Then MathPig starts talking about Brian Cox fan fiction.
Brian Cox is amazing. I
love him.
couldn't get that out because everything from my end, from my perspective, was roboting the whole time Mel was talking about Brian Cox. Oh my god.
I love
Awesome.
him.
Yes.
Santi says he'll be a rock star so he can piss off conservatives.
Hey Sandy. Be awesome.
Naughty person. Right. Badger says possibly YouTube famous, but only with a pseudonym. What, an avatar? Like no one would actually know who you are?
Only is better.
I want to be just famous enough that I can wear my underwear on the outside of my pants and get away with it.
Do you want
Nice
the powers
callback.
that go with that as well?
What's that?
Do you want the powers that go with that as well?
Yeah.
What powers
Do
does
that
having
for
wait? What powers does having your underwear on the outside give you?
It goes back to the first.
Well, if you get to pick how famous you are, you can pick your powers too.
No.
I want X-ray
Yeah, I'm
vision
sure
for
that
obvious
works that way.
reasons, because of hot women, and I want
Being able
I don't know.
to decide how famous you are does not change the laws of physics.
if I'm
I mean-
rich enough, I can
Superhero.
create my own suit.
I
Like
suppose
Tony
you
Stark,
could
do
be
whatever I want,
Batman
so-
or Iron Man. If you had enough money.
Or somebody
If
better.
you're famous enough, you could have
I've
enough
seen
money
it.
to do that.
Yes, well, that was my point. Sure, I'll be famous.
How famous, Dave?
I don't
By the
know.
way, I haven't actually answered this question.
No, I know. I was going to get to you in a second. Household name. For something stupid.
Oh gosh, like a cereal commercial person. Like,
Oh, no. Boy that fell out down a well or something like that.
okay.
Ooh. You want to be rescued, Dave? I got you, baby. I'll come get you.
You have to get him down from the scaffolding, so.
Yes.
It's all right. I have the underwear. I can do it. It's fine.
Jen.
Reasonably. Like, I wouldn't like to be, famous actor famous, but I'd be happy with YouTube famous to the point of being known as like a someone who debunks stupid people and does science education. I'd be happy with that. So, just because I like the fact that you can get out. There's so many people who believe so many stupid things. It would be really nice to be famous enough that you could combat some of that.
Mm.
See, the problem with being famous in the science area is that the people that already know some science would know you. The people that
Yeah.
don't wouldn't have an idea who you are, and then you wouldn't
But
be famous
I'm
to
also
them.
fine with that
So there's
too,
a
because
catch-22 there.
because having to talk to other people who are into science, like people here, for instance, like Momma Atheist and Scientist Mel, is freaking exciting for me because we can have intellectual conversations and we can lift ourselves up. And we've lost Julie. So I find that great. Just talking to people within the community now who know a lot more about me than some subjects is just absolutely awesome because I learn a lot from them. I hope that occasionally I can help open their minds to some things they haven't thought about as well. But I don't know if that ever actually happens. I talk a lot, but I don't know if I always talk sense.
Well, I'm going to tell you, every Saturday morning if I'm not working on a Saturday morning at 10 a.m. my time, I'm watching Mel because I learn something every time.
Yeah.
I do.
I try to watch Mel whenever I can. Her videos are usually at the wrong time for me because I'm heading to bed.
Yeah, I always stalk her on Saturday mornings. As a matter of fact, last Saturday I was driving with my brother to the store, and I went and picked him up. We were on the store, and I had her on, sending it through my truck, driving down the road. So him and I were just having a great talk, listening to you on your spiel. We were laughing, and I had just watched 2 days before the video with Trump and the doctor going, "Oh shit," and then I saw you doing it, and you said she just thought, "There goes my career," and that's the same thing I thought. I'm associated with this idiot. I'm done. I'll never work in the United States again. Anyways,
She won't be
the one
taken
you don't
seriously.
want to miss, B, is when towards the middle of next month, or maybe a little after the middle of next month, when Mel, Navadia, and myself interview Dr. Carl Krusniski on Mero's channel, on
cool.
I
Navadia's
heard
channel.
you talking about it. You're gonna have to.
That is a
You're gonna
happening
have
thing.
to
It's
link.
been,
link.
oh, it'll be linked.
We need
Don't worry,
links.
we will all link this. People
we
will
need
know
links
about this.
because I don't know who Mary is, and I need a day and time.
We don't
That's what I
have
need.
one yet. That's going to be confirmed in the first 2 weeks of next month, and then we'll have a date, and then we will get on. But we will be interviewing him about his new book that's coming out, and about his history of science education, and about women in STEM as well, because it's a topic that he wants to encourage more women into STEM. So it'll be part of the topic. So.
good.
So it should be a really good conversation, and I'm really looking forward to it. I know Mero is, and I know Mel is as well, because we talked about it between the three of us. So, and it's just amazing that we're getting somebody like that to talk to. I mean, I know these people do. Like even Neil deGrasse Tyson will come down and talk to people who are lower on the YouTube train than
Food chain?
Yeah, on the food chain. Yeah, the food chain is a good one than he is. But I mean, it's like it just always amazes me that people who, you know, they don't have to. They have their own careers. They have their own levels of popularity. They have their books. They don't have to come and help us, but
No.
they will,
But
because
those are the ones
they
that
like-
really care, and they want to encourage, and they want other people to get in there. And I just want to say, I think we really segued, but go ahead, Jen.
No, my point was, I think the whole point is that they think the same way as we do, and it's not just when we don't have as many followers or anything like that, so we can't be as things. I would like to think that if I did get this kind of followers, I would be exactly like him. And if a little up and coming channel said, "Hey Jen, will you come on my channel and talk about this, or can I come and talk with you on your channel?" I would be turning around saying, "Yes, if you've got something interesting to say, please come and talk with me."
You
And
should
I'd say
watch
that now.
Math
I mean,
Pigs.
I'm not big now, but I would say that now, because I think that's important.
You should watch
And
Math
I'm
Pig's
holding
interview
you
with
to
Holy
that, and I'm
Kool-Aid.
still gonna have you on my channel. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Okay, so you should watch Math Pig's interview with Holy Kool-Aid. We were talking about it.
Oh, cool.
Hello again.
Because I think that's important. And it's something that I like about our community, is it seems to be that way, and I like it. I'd hope that if any of us got really big, that we would keep the same attitude.
Oh,
towards
I'm just going to
everyone
forget the lot of you.
else. Yeah, but you're
Forget
that would
us
happen.
anyway,
I
Dave.
know.
The only way you're remembering us if we keep reminding you.
Who are you?
I have no idea.
Who's
My
gonna-
memory's
I
no better.
apologize
You're-
for that. My browser crashed hard.
What's his name?
It's okay, Julie. It's fine. Don't
Thank
worry
you.
about it.
We're good.
Julie. I'm
Dave,
done.
did you answer?
Yes.
Okay. Did you?
Yes. Famous for falling down a well and being rescued by B.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He wants to be the little rescued boy, right?
It's a household name for something stupid.
Lassie.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day, and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.